Maybe this is going to sound a little bit strange to you, but there is nothing more exciting to me than trash days. Because this means that I can go out late at night on my bike on a treasure hunt. And this is what I did last week. I went out very late to see if I could find some interesting things for my home. And I actually did. I found quite a number of things. So today I want to show you all of my treasures. I had this little agreement with myself that I would not bring anything home very big, like big pieces of furniture or anything like that. And I totally broke that agreement because I brought something home and it is very big. I still do not know. I have no idea how I even managed to bring this home on my bike. But I did, and I'm going to show it to you. But first I want to start with the small things that I found. And then I'm going to show you the things that are a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to show you something that is very big. The first few things that I'm going to show you, I actually brought home for my boyfriend, not for myself. I always keep my eyes open for things that he might like, and his taste is very different than mine. I am very minimalistic and he is definitely not. So the first few things that I found are actually very colorful. Ooh, you cannot see that yet because that's a secret. So the first thing that I found, I'm trying to make you curious, is this bucket, and it is full of little ceramic tiles in all kinds of different colors. And I do have a plan with this. I want to do a little art and craft project with it. I'm going to tell you what my plans are with these little ceramic tiles. But first I want to show you how they look like, because it is a little bit hard to see when they are in the bucket. There's a nice little assortment of all kinds of different colors. Some of them are shiny, some of them are not. This one, for example, I think is very beautiful. It does look like they are hand painted. I don't know, maybe somebody did a little project painting all of these little tiles. And I actually would love to use these in the garden. We have a little table next to the front door. So this is a table that we see all the time. And right now it has little tiles on it. It came from France, but it is badly damaged and it actually looks horrible. So I think in spring I will do a nice little art and craft project myself. Maybe something nice with flowers, something very colorful and very happy. And I'm actually looking forward to, I don't know, do something artistic with this. The next thing is this plastic tray, and I have to be honest, this is a maybe. I'm not completely sure if we are going to keep this. It is very colorful and maybe it would be nice to use in the kitchen cabinet that my boyfriend has in his farmhouse in spring to cheer things up a little bit. What is not a maybe is this little enameled plate. It is quite old and a little bit damaged, but my boyfriend actually has a collection of little plates like this in his farmhouse. They are all different. And I thought this was a nice little addition to this collection. And he actually really liked this. He already wanted to bring this home, but I said, no. You have to wait for a little bit because I have to make a video. So I do think that this is a little treasure. After that, I saw an old suitcase, and inside the suitcase was a complete chemistry set made out of glass. And I actually just took a few items from the suitcase because I was thinking I can use them for my houseplant propagations. After that, I actually went back because I was thinking probably this set is worth a lot of money. But when I came back, the whole suitcase was empty. So I really missed out on that one. So what I did bring home is a little collection of glass bottles and this glass vessel. These I am definitely going to use for my houseplant propagations. I also brought home this. I actually do not know the English word for this. Let me know if you know. What I do like about these is the vintage vibe that they have. I was actually looking for vintage things. Next is this little flower pot, and again for me this is a little bit of a maybe because of the color. I do not like this color of green. It looked very different in the middle of the night because it was so dark. I do like the shape, however, and what's also nice about it is that you can use some macrame rope and you can actually hang it. So maybe this will be a maybe. Moving up to slightly bigger things, I found this sheepskin. This is a fake, it is not a real one. You can actually buy these at IKEA for I believe 10 bucks. The nice thing about these is that you can actually wash them. After washing them, they do look a little bit more rustic. I actually think they look more real. You could use a hairbrush to brush it out and then it looks like when you bought it in the store. But I prefer just leaving it like this. And I am happy with this little find. Then I have this little table and I can actually use this as a little plant table. First I wanted to give this to my boyfriend because it has a little heart and my boyfriend loves things with little hearts in it. I do not. For me it is a little bit too fiddly. But of course if you put a plant on it you are not going to see the little heart. And I do have a place for this in my plant room. So I think for now I'm going to keep it. It could use a paint job. So this is going to be a little project for me to do. But little plant table. I also found this coat rack and when I saw this I thought it was very old. I actually found out that it is not because when you look over here you can clearly see that it is made out of pressed wood. This is not solid wood at all. The whole thing is not solid. I could use it, I could fix it up. Things like this are actually very nice to use if you have a lot of house plants. Of course you can put plants on top of the shelf. But you can also use the hooks for hanging plants. The only thing is that the wall that I could use to put this coat rack on is a little bit small. Or this coat rack is a little bit too big. And also because it's not solid at all, I decided I am going to make a replica. I'm going to make exactly the same one, but slightly smaller. I'm going to try to remove the ornamental pieces of wood. And of course I'm going to use the hooks. And I'm going to make something similar or exactly like this. Just a little bit smaller and way more solid. Also I would like to have this shelf a little bit bigger. To put bigger plants on. And I do want to make a little piece of wood over here on the new one. To make it more solid. So I can really put some heavy things on it. And overall I think this is a very nice piece to find. It is very nice to use as inspiration. And I do think this is going to be a very nice project to do. What I also really like about this coat rack is that the style fits very well with the very big thing that I found. So let me show you my biggest treasure. So this is what I found. I found this cabinet with glass in it. It is very tall and I think maybe it's from the 50s. I'm not completely sure. It is not very old, but a little bit old. And it actually needs a lot of work. It needs a good paint job. I'm not completely sure yet if I want to make this into a rustic cabinet or if I want to make it very nice and white and shiny. I have to do a little bit of thinking about that. The key was actually not in it. I do have a key right now because I have a little collection of old keys. When I go out to look for things, sometimes I find old pieces of furniture and the furniture is something I do not like. But if I like the hinges on it or the handles or other things like old keys, I always take those home. I have a very big collection of old hardware. The glass shelves that you see were actually also not in this cabinet. My boyfriend still had some glass lying around and he made me these shelves. So that's very nice. This cabinet is actually a lot taller than I am. It was very hard to get it on my bike. It actually took me 20 minutes to get it on my bike. And then I had to walk home for about half an hour in the pouring rain. And when I was transporting this, the whole side of the cabinet went out and the shelf that is held in here with two wooden pegs dropped down and the whole cabinet was falling apart a little bit. I'm still very surprised that I did not break any of the glass. I think that's pretty amazing. But I did manage to get the shelf back into the wooden pegs back into the shelf, so everything is back in place. I put some wood glue in between the shelf and the side of the cabinet. And also I did put in 2 screws to make everything nice and solid again. I'm also going to do the same on the other side because there is no back panel in this cabinet. I could make one, but I actually think it is not necessary at all. And the first thing that comes to my mind, of course, when I see something like this, is that I can use it for my houseplants. I could put some growing lights in this cabinet and have a little greenhouse, I guess. But I decided I actually would love this cabinet to be a cabinet of curiosities. The thing is, I do not really have curiosities yet. So I guess I need to continue my trash to treasure adventure and see if I can find myself some curiosities to put into this cabinet. I do think that this is a great find. It is going to be a little restoration project. And also it is going to change the plans for my living room makeover a little bit, because my plan was to make a low plant table to go on this wall. And I guess if I'm going to put this cabinet over here, the plant table is not going to be here, because that's not going to work. But I think with this cabinet and also the coat rack that I'm going to make, it is going to be nice, I guess. I am still going to build that plant table. It just needs to go somewhere else. Also, my boyfriend asked me to do a building slash makeover project in his farmhouse. He has 2 little rooms upstairs and those rooms are not finished yet. And he asked me to do something nice with it. So I am excited about that. I am going to be very busy though, doing the whole makeover project in here. I need to do all of these furniture projects. Of course, I do want to make houseplant videos also. And then the makeover at my boyfriend's farmhouse. So it is going to be a lot. There are going to be a lot of different videos. Besides the things that I just showed you, I also found a huge amount of white wall paint that I can use in my living room makeover. And I found some new fresh potting soil. This was also something that I really needed. So overall, I do think that this treasure hunt was quite successful. Let me know what you think about it. For now, I really want to thank you so much for watching my video, and I really hope to see you in the next one.